So this is an honest review of The Witch's Year by Claire Gogerty. This is a oracle card deck with 52 cards. The box, as you can see, I've already removed those little plastic keepers in the film and the plastic covering. I honestly do like the box. It's not huge. And hopefully the cards are packaged nicely, so let's see. So inside, we have a pamphlet. It looks like a booklet. Let's just call it a pamphlet, size-wise. I'm going to try to show you guys here. Right, so back up a little bit. I can tell you, I like this part already because it breaks it down into a year of how to use it, right? How to use the cards and working with the elements. The wheel of the year, which is fantastic. I can enlarge this, take a photo and enlarge it for the sake of having it access to it all the time. And then breaks it down also into the 8 sabbats, which I really like as well. You get the 4 major and the 4 minor. So it goes into that. And then a little bit of breakdown into like your daily magic. So you guys can take a look at that once you get it. But I really like that it gives you some overall tips on that. Herbals, crystals, spell working, how to cast, and then a bit about the author. So thank you. All right, so very user-friendly, quite simple on the booklet. Let's put that aside. Dive into the cards. Here we go. Colors are gorgeous. You probably can't tell, I'm sorry, but saturation on that, really nice. So let's get this out. Put that aside. All right, so we got our belly band here. Let's take that off. And the back of the cards. Put that to the side. So, open them up. And let me just pull one, because I'm trying to open them this way. So you've got the sabbats, I'm assuming on one side, right? And then it's broken down. See how this says ritual here? I like that it's a nice size. The font is pretty easy to read. And then it breaks it down and tells you when you're using this, like what's the purpose of using it, right? This particular sabbat of Samhain, Samhain, and it tells you what it means. I like that as well. So get into all of that, and then gives you like your little tips. Okay, so that's nice. So going through that, got where this is broken down, and it's apparently color coded, which is great. And so you're gonna have this for every single card, right? Like it's gonna give you a breakdown of that particular sabbat and let you know whether or not it's a ritual or it's something else. Because like, for example, the first 2 cards, I see this a ritual. The next one breaks it down and tells you it's an actual divination that you're doing for the season. And so then it gives you, as you see here, like a tip about scrying, breaks that down and tells you what scrying is. Okay, so I'm just kind of glancing at these. Then you've got plants to use for this spot. Breaks it down, shows you got the crystals that you're going to use. I'm trying to keep this in order. And then the spell to use. So for me, don't know about you, but that's pretty great because it gives you a real breakdown of this and how you can bring this magic into your life all week long. Different practices that you can do and the how and the why of it. So let's just assume, and I'm just going to quickly show you the cards, that you're going to move through this entire, going back to the booklet, right? You're going to go through the entire thing of Sabbats. As it said, it's broken down into the year, right? So you're going through your 4 majors and then the 4 minors. Apologize for trying to do this one-handed. You're going to be going through the year, and it breaks this down. Obviously, it's what it's looking like the cards are doing for you, is breaking it down. And so the next one, you get into moving from Samhain into winter solstice. And you're going to have the same thing with the breakdown of a card about the moon, and then rituals that you can use for that, the winter solstice, what plants to use for that season. And again, detail on it is pretty great. So front and back card. And it looks like you're getting the same sort of information, right? Like what crystals to use, spells. So this gives you a pretty good mix. Ritual. So you're not just getting spells, you're getting like spells and herbs and like some really vital information, and you can build on this. The Imbolc Sabbat. So yeah, these are, I love the color coding on these. I'm not trying to show every single card. And I like how, well, as much you can't tell, but I'll try to show you. These cards have a pretty good weight on them, good body. They're a nice size. They are about the size of a large tarot card deck. Let's say it that way. The color coding makes it fairly easy to go through these and know what they are, right? And to keep everything in order. And I like how they are organized, right? To break it down even further and tell you whether or not it's a ritual or a other element that you can use, such as the plants and the crystals, right? Yeah, that's pretty great. So I overall would say I personally really adore this set. This is my unbiased opinion. So yeah, I think it's a great deck. And just that. Try it for yourself. Oh, shuffling. So let's see. This really isn't the type of deck that you want to shuffle. So I wouldn't worry about the shuffle factor of these cards. But they have a very, very nice weight and feel to them. They're not super slick. And they're not stiff either. Put them in a really nice bag or box. Something that you'd have access to, or you can leave it in their own box. but either way, they're pretty great. They're not gilded or anything on the edges, but neither do they need to be. The information in and of itself is worth its weight. So